What did I say?
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred within their bones. So let it be with Caesar. Mark Antony, and possibly the most iconic example of Shakespearean rhetoric. Who refereed the tennis match between Mark Antony and Julius Caesar? The Roman umpire. Yes. Game, set, and match. Get out. Well done. Five, six, seven, and onomatopoe, E-I-A, boom! Onomatopoe, E-I-A, boom! Boom! See? It's easy, isn't it? You're smashing it. Good. Again. 5, 6, 7, and onomatopoe, E-I-A, boom! Connor, pack it in. You're spoiling it for the whole class with your immaturity.
What's the first rule of Thesaurus Club?
We don't talk about Thesaurus Club. Hey. Right, second rule of Thesaurus Club. We don't...
Chat about Thesaurus Club.
Lovely. What's the third rule of Thesaurus Club? We don't...
Gossip about Thesaurus Club.
Hey. Pack it in, yeah? What's the fourth rule of Thesaurus Club? We don't...
Debate Thesaurus Club?
Yes! That's a beauty! Connor out. Mr Mulvaney's office now. Tell him your behaviour's holding back the rest of the group. If you fail, you'll only have yourself to blame.
If I fail, you get sacked.
I beg your pardon?
If we fail, it's because you're crap, so you'll get sacked.
Take your hoodie off and get out.
Oh, what?
Out.
Oi, get off me! Don't touch
Out
me!
you go.
You get your hands off me!
Leave the room now, please. He's been disruptive all term.
You've always had my unwavering support, Sean. Connor came to see me, though. He wanted to report an assault.
Assault?
I managed to talk him down, which is lucky for you, because if he kept up,
He slipped.
I'd have had to start a formal investigation.
There's kids in that classroom that want to do well. They need calm. He needs to be isolated just for the rest of the week.
You know that's against our school inclusion policy, Sean. Every child matters.
It's not the policy I'm thinking of. It's the kids in that classroom that want to do well.
Several of the students have come forward to express concerns over your classroom management.
Connor's mates, by any chance?
We take pupil voice very seriously, Sean. Should I be worried?
No.
Good. Because it's essential that Connor and his mates fulfil their academic potential.
Yeah, I can't do it for them, Paul.
I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to ensure that they fulfil their potential. It's not the first time we've been here, Sean, but it must be the last. Any more complaints and I'll have to look into pre-capability procedures. I'll need a full accident report Monday morning.
Taking the car in?
Yeah.
Hey, Princess. Why?
They can't fix it out there.
Hey, Jack.
Hiya, Dad.
Why not?
I've no idea what's wrong with it.
Did they mention money?
No. I said, you're a mum. You raise her, you feed her.
Yeah.
Thought she was going to clock me one, but she didn't. She complained, of course, had to go see Mary at 4 o'clock, but Mary knows she's a pain in the bum. Didn't want to throw the woman out because that's throwing out money, but then there's only so far you can push her. And then George invited me into his bed. Clooney. I said no. I was flattered, obviously, but I told him I was happily married.
Yeah. I'll go.
How long can you keep your eyes closed?
No,
That's it. It's been a long day. No.
Olivia's right, they said. The Emperor hasn't got any clothes on. The Emperor blushed and went red. They were right. He wasn't wearing any clothes at all. Pass me a cloak, he ordered one of his friends. I must return to the palace and put some clothes on. I should never have trusted those strangers. The Emperor gave Olivia an important job in his palace because she was the only person that had told the truth.
Asleep?
Yeah.
What woke her?
Dunno.
Right, what's up?
Nothing.
What is it?
I don't want to give credence to it by talking about it.
Out with it now.
A boy made an allegation. Oh, nothing like that. Assault.
Assault.
Yeah.
You? As if. What if you're going to accuse someone of that, but what, you? As if you'd hurt anybody.
See, right there's why I love you.
Probably school kids.
Your school kids?
More than likely.
Choose them.
Oh, Kelly, love, I'm too tired.
Jack.
Okay, settle down. Get in your seats so we can begin. Second day running, Mr. Lawrenson.
Oh, Mr. Lawrenson, now is it?
Lessons begin at 8:15. School policy is clear. Staff are to greet the class at the door and learners are to be engaged from the second they enter the room.
I've been cleaning my windows. Yeah, I've been cleaning my windows because they were covered in eggs, you see, Mr. Mulvaney. Eggs that were thrown by students for their school. So since I've been sorely inconvenienced, I thought it was only fair I inconvenienced them for a bit. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward. All in the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. That's it! Girl, boy, boy, girl, boy, boy, da-da-da, da-da-da. One stressed syllable followed by two unstressed syllables. It's called dactylic dimeter. Keep it going. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the light brigade. Hear that? That's the horses, right? That's the light brigade of the British cavalry galloping for the Russian guns. Da-da-da, galloping, galloping. Listen to them. Imagine them bearing down on you. That's rhythm. It's language, and it's terrifying, isn't it? But it's something else too. It's propaganda, because the whole thing was a mistake. But the poem glosses over it. Glosses over the incompetence of the top brass.
What's this?
This fella, this drummer, he's supposed to be crap. He's on a right-handed kit, but he plays the fills with his left. That's how he gets that irregular pattern.
Happy pills again?
Yep.
Since when?
Last week. Went to the doctors while we were all at your mum's.
Why didn't you say?
Didn't want to bother you. Anyway, it's an admission, isn't it? Can't cope with life.
You've had wine.
Listen to that. Oh, it's just a basic 4/4, but what feel? It just goes to show it's not what you play, it's how you play it.
Wine and happy pills. I can't do this again, Sean.
Pills take weeks to kick in, so...
It's my mum.
Of course it is.
Thank you. Hi, Mum. Call you back, Mum. There's a load of kids outside. This is our home. The kids are upstairs, for God's sake.
I know, I'll sort it.
Hi. With wine and happy pills?
No.
Because that's your default reaction these days, isn't it? Open another bottle. How many more times are you going to put yourself
I'll sort it.
through this?
What are you doing?
Calling the police.
Please don't do that. Listen.
I listened last time.
Listen! They're just kids. They're kids, and I'm the teacher. Look, I'm the adult, and I'll sort it. You phone the police, you're saying I can't cope, and that just makes it worse. Please.
Hi, Mum. Yeah, sorry, I had to put the phone on charge. I thought the battery was going to die.
A message needs to be sent. Harassment of staff will not be tolerated. This is my home, Paul. My family were inside.
Did you see anyone following you?
No.
Okay, well, can you positively identify anyone?
No, but I know.
Look, I will send an email to the heads of year. Ask them to remind the pupils of their conduct in the community.
And that's it. My wife was right. You should call the police.
I'll put a red flag on it, the email. But if something happens outside school premises and we can't identify anyone, my hands are tied. Yeah, maybe speak to Kathy about the assembly schedule. I'm sure we could get the local PCSO in, give a talk on social responsibility.
A talk?
Listen, the school will pay for any damage, but I'd consider it a favour if you didn't involve the police. Do you know what this is? It's 90 names. I've got 90 applicants for 200 places for the new September starters. The police turn up. disaster.
Come on, you lot. It's break time. Out you go. What's so funny?
Nothing, sir.
Come on, I could do it with a laugh.
Oh, it's not mine, sir. Someone airdropped me it.
Let's see.
What does it show, this footage?
Me. Outside my house.
OK, so you were in a public place then?
Oh, technically, yeah.
It's perfectly legal to film in a public location. Did you speak to Kathy about the community support officer?
No.
Oh, OK, well, maybe they could start a working group on cyberbullying.
This isn't bullying, it's Connor. He needs excluding.
Now, Ofsted commended us for reducing our exclusion figures. Governors will come down on me like a ton of bricks.
What, do they know?
Our kids face social obstacles far greater than you or I could ever imagine. It's our job to remove those obstacles, to do everything we can to improve their life chances.
You don't do that by allowing them to act like thugs with no consequences whatsoever.
Well, maybe try engaging with them on their level, Sean. You might be surprised at the results.
I need to speak to you off record.
What about?
Egging my house. Recording me. It stops now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You better pack it in or else, right?
Or else what?
You've been warned. It stops now.
Move, all right?
It stops now!
Hey, stop touching me. He's touching me, witnesses!
Just leave my wife and family out of it. Or what? A kid's carrying on outrageous. You tell the head does nothing. The kid's behaviour gets worse, he still does nothing. The kid needs excluding, and he still does nothing. So the kids know, don't they? They know there's no sanctions and that every last drop of accountability's been removed. So what do? The kids. They push and they push and they push until somebody snaps. You know, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, Kel, but getting a whack from the cane, I mean, is it such a bad thing?
Sean?
We're not in right now, so please leave a message. Hello, this is a message for Sean Lawrenson from the Brenstow Grammar School. I'm sorry to call so late, but I'm pleased to tell you that you've been shortlisted for interview. Candidates will be interviewed on the 5th, so please confirm your attendance prior to the day. Sign in at reception from 8:45 and you'll be issued with the visitor's ID.
Our debating society got second in the national finals. They meet on Tuesdays. And enrichment afternoon takes place every Wednesday. And here we are. It's just through here. Can I get you anything while you're waiting? Tea or coffee?
Oh, no, thank you.
Mr. Lawrenson.
I'm Rebecca Heath, Chair of Governors. Rather than go round the table, we'll introduce ourselves as we speak, if that's OK with you, Mr. Lawrenson.
Yes?
I'll start us off. How do you see the future of secondary education?
Well, it has been all about pupils achieving a grade C, and I think that might change.
Might change.
Sorry, it has. It has changed.
Do you think the proposed expansion to the Free School and Academies plan will help or hinder that?
I don't know. It sounds like a cop-out, but time will tell.
Governor Kippax, can you tell us what made you want to teach English, Mr. Lawrence?
Lots of reasons, actually, but the main one, writing. I wanted to get the kids writing. Reading, yes, but writing. I do it myself. Not as much as I used to, but in the holidays. You get kids writing by taking away their fear of it. Just write, kids. Anything. Because until you've done that, you've got nothing. But as soon as you put pen to paper, you've got something. And it won't be good, because your first attempt at anything is never good, but that's okay, because now we've got something we can improve, something we can change. And look, you've made a mistake, you've missed out an apostrophe. And I want to thank you for that glorious mistake, because now we can all learn from it. And then I tell them a story. Anything personal gets their attention, so I say, did I ever tell you that my first wife was an apostrophe? Blank looks from the kids, obviously, and then I say, yeah, it didn't work out. She was too possessive. It gets a laugh, I promise you. And I ask them for more mistakes. They are nothing to fear. Mistakes are beautiful, precious things, and the more we make, the more we learn. So please, kids, I am begging you, keep them coming. And I'm performing, yes, and it's exhausting, yes, because I'm demanding response from the kids. And I don't always get it. But here, you let me teach here, and I'll achieve something exceptional.
Mr. Lawrenson?
Yes.
Would you join us again, please?
I will, yeah.
And?
I got it.
Oh, love, that's brilliant. Just
Brilliant.
I still can't believe it.
I never had any doubt.
I did. Enough for both of us, believe me.
it's now a good time to tell you that the garage have been on.
£1,200.
I don't care. We got a minute.
Why do they always do it?
Who?
English teachers. Why are they always such a right royal pain in the backside? You phoned in sick this morning for personal reasons. Care to elaborate?
It's personal. All right. I went for an interview. And I got a job, so I quit.
You phoned in sick?
No, I didn't. Jean might have assumed I was sick, but I phoned to report my absence for personal reasons.
Personal reasons?
Yeah. And I'm tendering my resignation.
You took time off to attend interview at another school?
Not that it matters, but I was being proactive after you'd mentioned capability procedures.
It's gross misconduct.
And I didn't want to declare that on an application form. What do you mean?
What you've done by attending interview at Brenstow Grammar, that constitutes gross misconduct.
How do you know where I've been? I didn't tell you. And the interview only finished 5 minutes ago, so how do you know where I've been?
Well, the head's a friend of mine. And he's been on the phone asking about your suitability for the role.
You're going to write me that reference, aren't you?
No.
I'm a long-standing member of staff with a track record of success. Why can't you write the reference I need to secure the job?
professional responsibility.
You what?
Complaints from pupils regarding physical assault, issues with discipline in lessons.
That was one kid.
Grabbing pupils by the lapels.
That was a joke, for God's sake.
And this morning, I hear you've accosted a pupil on his way home from school.
I told you, did he?
And threatened him.
I was engaging with the learner on his level. And it was off school premises. I thought your hands were tied.
This is my life, Paul. My family. It's in your hands. I'm begging you.
You talk to me about wanting to teach kids integrity, and yet here you are, asking me to compromise mine by lying.
If I'm such a pain, now's your chance to get rid of me. You write the reference, I walk away quietly, and I'm out of your hair for good.
It's not that simple, Sean. You see, this is my reputation.
It's because you don't want me to go, isn't it? It's because you know everyone wants out. Everyone. And you'll have trouble replacing me. And if I go, and you get some wet behind the ears NQT, you might save a few quid. But they won't last 5 minutes and you'll be stuck with a huge bill for supply teachers. And the kids will run rings around them. And your results will go down a pan. Write the reference. I'm warning you. Do it now.
Are you threatening me, Sean?
Yeah.
You're demonstrating exactly why it would be irresponsible of me to write a recommendation to another school.
You're telling me you won't lie? Then you're a hypocrite! Because that's all this place is! One big lie! You don't want us to teach! You want us to drill kids for exams, so they regurgitate what they need, so they can get the grades and pass the exams, so some self-serving politician like you can take the credit.
Hey, those exam results that you so despise, well, they inform league tables by which this school is judged. If we don't get those 200 places, the school will close. If we don't attract the parents of the brightest children, kids who will go on to improve our results, we will close. And you expect me to ignore that because it suits your Dead Poets Society romanticism? Grow up!
No more.
What do you say? What? Say it again.
I never said anything.
Take your hoodie off and tell me what you just said. Take your hoodie off and say it again.
What are you gonna do? You gonna hit me? Is that what you do to your kids? Ah! He hit me! He hit me! He hit me!
No, never. Get up. Get up. Get up! I said get up!
Jack, upstairs, homework.
But I've only got 2 left to kill.
Kill them upstairs, then homework.
Can I have hot dinners tomorrow?
No.
You're well tired.
What the hell is going on?
Where's Olivia?
Having a nap at last. What's going on?
It's not happening.
What?
The job. Mulvaney won't give me a reference.
Why?
Because I'm cracked, right? Because I'm stark raving mad and I've just come this close to punching a kid's lights out.
The one who's been causing all the...
Yeah. I mean, it was over in a few seconds, but I processed it clear as day. If I punch him, I definitely get sacked. I'd definitely never work again, and I'd possibly face charges, so... Is it worth it?
No.
Yes. In that moment, it would have been worth it. One punch, straight down the pipe, smack it into the face of a kid who's tormented me for years. In that moment, it would have been worth all the trouble it would have caused me.
Us?
Because...
Trouble it would have
Because a smack in the face is a consequence, right? A consequence that would have taught him you can't go around abusing people, making their jobs impossible, their lives miserable. Just get away with it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth this. Pack it in.
What?
Quit.
But we've got a mortgage. I have no choice.
We'd manage. Look at you. Convincing yourself that you have no choice other than to stay in a job that is killing you. That's what's mad. I know working in a nursery pays buttons. But people come to me every morning and give me their children, their babies. And I say, don't worry, when they're with me, nothing bad's gonna happen. And that trust means something to me. I get something out of what I do. You spend more time at work than you do at home. Life is too short to spend it doing something that gives you nothing back. I won't stand by and watch you do this to yourself. I won't. We'll go over the numbers in the morning. Mortgage, bills, yeah?
I can't.
You can.
I can't. I've got to go back there and apologise and pray to God he lets me carry on as normal. Otherwise we're finished. We're skint. Morning. Where's Jack?
He's sick. I'm keeping him off.
Oh, he was fine last night.
He's got a raging temperature.
Oh, go and check.
He's asleep. Best leave him.
Right. See you later. I'll see you.
See ya. Convincing yourself that you have no choice other than to stay in a job that is killing you. It's not worth it. It's not worth this. Pack it in. Quit.
I think my wife's leaving me. So I quit. I know, It's a breach of contract. So I'd like to request early release on health grounds.
I'm so sorry.
Good luck, Paul.
I'm so sorry. I'm in awe of you. Your patience, your selflessness. The fact that you put up with me, stupid man that I am. And I know in my heart that I'm not worthy of you. I love you so much. I need you. You, the kids, all of you. I've packed it in. I'm not going back there. So if you come back, I promise things will be different. I promise it'll be about me. You and the kids. Please come back.
Forget about the money for a minute. What do you really want to do? What do you really want to be?
A drummer.
But you're rubbish.
I know. I'll tutor kids one-to-one. I'll be an examiner. Anything. But I won't set foot in a school again.
Promise me you mean it.
I promise. I promise. I love you.
I love you too.
I've resigned. I'm not your teacher anymore, just a man on the street. Man on the street with nothing to lose. In 10 years' time, we'll meet again. At a bus stop or a pub. And you'll apologise for being such a pain in the backside. And I'll laugh. I'll buy you a pint. And I'll apologise for giving you such a hard time. But I'll tell you that I only did it because I cared. And because I wanted you and the other kids to do well. And you'll say, I know, sir. because you still call me sir.
I looked under chairs, I looked under tables, I tried to find the key to 50 million fables. They call me the seeker. I've been searching low and high. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die. Focusing on the way